This is 15-year-old Fede Camara, a teenage gun for hire, currently running through an apartment complex, making his escape after taking his victim's life.
Just so you know, Zari is dead. You got times.
No. Wait, hold on. Oh my God.
And this is the woman who has just helped Fede do exactly that, Ariana Haynes. For all that time, Ariana was assisting a 15-year-old killer, helping him hide his crimes. And if detectives wish to find out why, how, or who hired this teenage hitman, Ariana is their only shot.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the hotel's got cameras.
No, she not. Please.
I don't have any reason to lie to you.
It was early in the morning on November 8, 2022, when police in Michigan received a panic call from the apartment of 23-year-old Zaria McKeever. Zaria's boyfriend, who has remained anonymous, was sobbing as he climbed out of a window of her apartment. Panicked, he told police that two people had burst into the apartment and shot his girlfriend several times. Police rushed to the scene, where they discovered Zaria in the doorway of her home, deceased from 9 gunshots. Zaria was a dedicated mother who worked to earn her cosmetology degree. She was running a flourishing hair and nails business and was on her way to providing her infant daughter with the life of her dreams. But it all came to a screeching halt. All because her ex-boyfriend and father of her daughter was furious she had moved on with another man. Meet our scumbag of the week, Eric Hayes. After dating Zaria on and off for several years, their relationship came to a definitive end in October of 2022. But when Eric discovered that she was dating another man, he decided that if he couldn't have Zaria, no one could. Police instantly knew that Eric was involved in Zaria's murder because of the rocky end to their relationship. But it turned out, Eric wasn't the one to pull the trigger. In reviewing footage of the apartment complex, police discovered that these two teenage dirtbags, brothers Kevin and John Camara, were the ones to burst into Zaria's apartment and take her life. In the aftermath, they followed surveillance footage throughout the town, which showed them fleeing into this nearby hotel, and into the room where Eric's sister, Ariana Haynes, was living. It was the first definitive connection that police had linking Eric to the murder of Zaria, so they brought Ariana in, seeing what information she could provide about the night Zaria was killed. Immediately, they asked her what happened when Kevin and John arrived at her apartment.
Alright, so the officers didn't tell you why you were here?
I have a feeling I've been hearing some stuff.
Okay, what have you been hearing?
My brother was claimed to do something bad to his child's mom.
Okay. How did you hear that information?
Facebook.
On Facebook?
After I got a call from our friend. It was me and my brother along with a friend. Whoever the girl was, it was somebody else there. That's the one who reached out to the money.
Okay. Well, so what I want to do is kind of go over with you kind of what happened this evening, and then work our way up. Okay. So what can you do? Did you work tonight or I guess last night?
I've been up.
Okay.
Like I've just been up and I'm so tired.
Okay. So I just talked to Javion. Is that how you pronounce his name? Javion?
Tavion?
Huh?
Tavion?
Your boyfriend?
Yeah, Tavion.
Oh, they got it listed. Javion. Oh, they had a J on there. All right. That makes more sense. I'm gonna write that. He didn't even correct me when I was... Maybe I just mumbling. All right. So it sounds like he got off of work about 11 o'clock last night, and you and him went up to the hotel room. You guys been staying there with your mom for about a month or so.
Yes.
And you guys went to sleep.
Yes.
Okay. And then you got woke up. So tell me from at that point where you got woke up as to kind of what happened.
We got woken up almost. It was almost 4. It was 3-something in the morning, and it startled us.
Okay.
He ran upstairs and he was like, Harry, Terry, something happened to the brother. This was
who are you saying? Who did that? Eric?
No, not my brother.
No. Who you said somebody ran up and
the blue boy, Kevin.
Okay, so Kevin ran up
Yes.
and like started banging on your door or what?
Yeah, you know, but woke us up.
Yeah, okay. Where's Eric during this time?
My brother was in Cold Rapids.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now that I know that's not true because the hotel's got cameras.
He came there later.
No, he came up there at the exact same time Kevin did. There's cameras that show the two of them coming up there banging on your door. I'm going to tell you right now, this is super serious. So this is your chance to tell me the truth, okay? Because right now you're looking at an aid and abet charge after the fact. Okay? So now is the time to save yourself and tell me the truth. Okay? I wouldn't be asking you questions I didn't know the answer to. Okay? So why don't we start again?
Right off the bat, Ariana tries to protect her brother by stating that it was just Kevin and John who were at her apartment that night. But take a look at this. The man in the red? That's Eric, walking into the hotel with her. So he very clearly wasn't on the other side of town like she tried to initially claim. And from there, her story begins to unravel. Because Ariana didn't just give Eric, John, and Kevin a place to stay following the murder, she helped them get to the hospital. Because in the shooting, Kevin accidentally shot his brother John in the foot, both figuratively and literally. And if you want to see more people like these shooting themselves in the foot, be sure to like and subscribe. It's literally all we do here.
We came to the hospital, took him to the hospital, and he was like, "What's going on?" We take it to John.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? How did you? Because they didn't tell us too much. It was just like a startle moment.
Yeah.
They wanted us to hurry up, I guess, whatever happened.
Yeah.
So we got in the car. We was trying to ask John what was going on. He was coherent.
Mm-hmm.
He was letting us know what was going on.
Right.
He got shot.
Did you see where he was shot?
No.
Okay. He just told you he was shot. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So I was, when I was there, he said that, I know he didn't mean to do it. I know my brother didn't mean to do it. I still love him.
Okay.
I'm like,
What did you think he meant by that?
that he didn't mean for him to get shot.
Did you take it as him saying, like, my brother shot me in the leg, or my brother shot somebody else and didn't mean to do it?
Both,
Okay.
to be honest.
Okay. Okay. But he didn't tell you exactly what happened.
He didn't say he exactly did it, but my brother didn't mean to. Tell
Brother
him,
didn't mean to.
yeah, he didn't. I know he didn't mean to.
Okay.
Ashley called me, telling me, crying, talking about Eric shot her.
Who's Ashley?
That is, I'm guessing that's Zaria's best friend. That was a girl that was there.
Inside Zaria's apartment wasn't just her boyfriend, but her boyfriend's sister, a teenager who was forced to witness the brutal scene unfolding before her. Devastated, she called everyone she knew, begging for answers and desperate for justice. During the altercation, Zaria tried to fight for her life and the future of her infant daughter. She grabbed a knife and told the two assailants, John and Kevin, to get out. They had every chance to flee, to turn around and run, but instead Kevin pulled the trigger.
So then I got to shaking. I got the feeling bad.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like something, like now something happened. Y'all not telling me everything.
Okay.
We dropped Jay Dunn off, John. We told the people that served us 30-second queens.
Yep.
And when we got back to our room, we asked Kevin and my brother, what's really going on? Like, it's more kids. Then you come here at this late banging on this door like this. I'm sorry, but now we being invited. You don't really know what's going on. What's going on? I went in the house.
Kevin? Yeah.
I went in the house and she just got to say that this is about our baby. This is about our baby. I'm like, what the hell do you mean? She kept on saying that the boy is not the reason her and my brother is not together. It's my niece was telling, I guess in the midst, this is what Zaria was saying
To Kevin?
yes.
That was the reason that Kevin and Eric aren't together isn't because of her new boyfriend, it's because of...
She said, this is about our baby. This is about our baby, like repeater type of stuff. He said to me that Zaria ended up picking up a knife.
Okay.
And was coming to him with a knife. He said he shot her about 3 times.
Okay.
And then he ended up shooting her.
Okay.
He said when she came to him with the knife, he ended up shooting her.
Okay.
Now, at this point in time, he is a parole. This is what I'm hearing to you. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
My brother was not on the scene when that happened.
Okay.
Like, he was not in the house. He was not at whatever the events were. But he arrived there. And then, as far as I know, I ain't about himself. He shot Zaria. He shot Zaria. This is, I'm sorry, this is,
So, E-Man said that they all went to Eden Park together, but that he wasn't there when this happened. Is that? No, they can't.
Kevin and John were the ones there.
Why did they go there?
Why? I don't know.
Do they have a beef with Zaria? Okay.
God hears me. I don't know. I don't even know.
You understand, though, that it's strange that Eric and her are the one with the relationship,
Yes,
and he drives these two guys over to Eden Park, and then they go and shoot her. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason you guys are here, obviously, is because you bring him to the hospital, and then you lie about where you picked him up and what happened, right?
Yes.
Okay. So did they tell you what they did with the gun afterwards?
No, I didn't even see any weapons.
Okay, you didn't see no guns.
No, I didn't see any.
Have you ever seen any of them with guns before?
A fake. They said it was a BB, which I know what the gun looks like. It is like, that's the only thing I've seen. I ain't seen nothing real.
Okay. Have you seen that BB gun before?
Yeah, I have.
But no real guns?
No.
Okay. What did the BB gun look like?
It's black and it got like a little hook in it.
Like a long one?
No,
Oh,
like small.
so it's black.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about calling the police and letting them know that Kevin had just told you that he shot somebody?
Yeah, when we got back to that room, that's how I was so startled.
Did he seem to mention like that he thought that he killed her, or
No,
did he just say he shot her, or what did he say?
Yeah, he said he shot.
Okay. So
Here, twice in her leg.
he said he shot her twice in the leg?
And then he shot John in the leg.
I'm sorry, say
And
again.
then he shot John.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't fully know that a murder, like why. Until that girl started calling. And I'm just like, whatever's going on, we need to go figure out. That's what made him go down to this police station this morning.
Okay. Okay. But you don't know is Eric E-Man having any problems with Zaria? Or was he having any problems with her?
They was having issues.
Okay.
My brother recently just came back from out of town.
Okay.
He was in Arizona. Cause trying to, start over.
Yep.
He got out of town and then there was some stuff going on. He was already basically just broken up.
Okay.
So she just told him that she had a new boyfriend, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
She wanted to put my brother out because of that.
Was he living with her at the Ridgebrook?
Yes,
Okay.
he was.
Okay. Before he left?
Yes.
Okay.
Yesterday, him and Zaria was to have something going on. And we end up seeing Zaria, trying to get in touch with her. on their phone, and their car was literally right in front of ours.
Mm-hmm.
So, long story short, we followed because he wanted to see his boyfriend in the car. Is that why Yara was not picking up the phone? We ended up meeting at the light at the same time, playing windows and up and down. And Yara's sister was like, stalkers.
Sorry, his sister?
Yeah.
Oh, that's who was with her?
Yeah, her sister.
Okay.
Eric Stalker.
Okay.
We want to be clear here. Eric was a stalker, but of course Eric isn't the type to get his hands dirty. So he enlisted Kevin and John to do his dirty work for him, including the stalking leading up to Zaria's death. In Kevin's interrogation, he doesn't hold back about the events leading up to the shooting.
So you had, for a few months before the incident, you were spending time with him, and then Eric sort of left and went to Arizona.
Yeah, because him and his baby mama were having troubles.
Him and Zaria were having troubles.
Yes.
Okay. And when you say troubles, can you describe what you mean by that?
They would argue a lot. She would kick him out. And then they got kicked out of their apartment. So then they were living at his mom's house in this apartment complex. Then they got a new apartment, and he would stay at his mom's house a lot more and start hanging out with different girls and stuff. So then he told me that they broke up.
Okay. And then at some point, Eric moved to Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't move down there
He just went down there. Do you know why he went down there?
to be with his cousins.
Okay. And how long was he down there for?
For about a week and a half.
And what happened when he got back?
Before he came back, his sister was texting him and calling him, and he didn't get to see his daughter. But then she told him that his baby mama walked out the building with a different man, so that's what triggered him to come back.
So when you say his sister, you mean Ariana?
Yes.
So Ariana called Eric, who was living in Arizona, and said that she saw Zaria with another man.
Yes.
And this is what led Eric to come back from Arizona?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because she would be at my apartment complex to pick me up, me and my brother, and we would go drive around with her. But then she told us that Zaria has a new man, but I didn't know her personally, but I knew her. And she said that she walked out with him. And then Eric started texting me and my brother telling us that he saw his baby mama started coming outside with a different man, so that we should take pictures of him and see him and watch for him.
So this is, Eric sent you that text when he was still in Arizona?
Yes.
And he told you to keep an eye out for this other man and watch for him?
Yes.
So tell us what happened when Eric got back to Minnesota.
He came back, and the first day he came back, he knocked on my window so I could open the building because he didn't have keys to their apartment no more. So I opened the door, and he came in, and we were talking, and he was telling me how he was going to kill him, all types of stuff, and he said he might need me to do something for him, and I was telling him okay. But then he left, and I went back inside, and then my brother left with him, and I was staying inside, and he was just riding with him the whole week. But I was staying inside more because my mom was telling me, stop hanging around them, they're going to get you in trouble. They're all older than you.
So when Eric first got back, he started talking about he was wanted to do something to this new man that Zaria was hanging out with.
Yes, sir.
Was it just that one occasion when he said that he wanted to do something, or were there multiple occasions?
It was just like 2 times.
And can you tell me again the words that Eric used and what you thought they meant?
I'm finna pop dude. And that usually means he's finna shoot somebody.
You heard that right. When Eric discovered that Zaria was seeing another man, he was living in Arizona, across the country, staying at a house with his cousins. Rather than move on and forget about the failed relationship, which had been plagued by his constant jealousy and rage, he decided to fly back to Michigan to deal with his wounded ego the only way he knew how, by killing the person who wounded it.
All right, so before the night of the incident, you said that Eric was following Zaria around.
Yes.
Were you involved in any of that following around? So John was.
Yes.
What was Eric telling you about why he was following Zaria around?
He said he's trying to plan it right. He said he bought 3 plane tickets to go to Arizona He said when we do it, we're gonna all go to Arizona. But they were following her from my apartment, from Eden Park, from her sister's house in Brooklyn Center, and he would just come back and tell me what they were doing. But one night,
And you said that Eric was planning the right time to do it. What is it? What was he planning to do?
to kill Zaria's new boyfriend.
Did he ever explicitly say that, or were you just assuming that, or
He said he was gonna kill her.
did he say why?
Nope. He said just because he's around his daughter. He said he would explain to us multiple times that he said he doesn't care about his baby mama, but he said that as long as he don't bring his daughter around different people, that he's fine. But he said she crossed the line doing that.
Mm-hmm. Did there ever come a time where Eric asked you to do something to Zaria's the new man she was spending time with?
He did tell me that if we ever caught him at my apartment complex, that I should come from behind and shoot him.
When did he tell you that?
This was a few days after in the car. When we drive around, he would usually now start parking backwards in the apartment complex to watch for him.
Oh, parking backwards. Why?
He said just to watch and have an easy escape.
And so, at one of these occasions, he told you that if you see this man, you should.
Run up behind him and shoot him in the back. He said I can't miss because he's a big man.
Did you have a gun?
No, what's his gun?
Okay. So, how were you supposed to shoot him if you didn't have a gun?
He was gonna give it to me.
Okay. Now, on the night of the incident, you had a gun. Is that right?
No, not until Eric gave it to me.
So, tell us about that gun that Eric gave to you. Had you seen that gun before?
Every day.
Okay. And
After watching all of this interrogation footage and reading the police files, we wish we could tell you why Kevin and John went along with this horrible plan. But we can't, because frankly it makes absolutely no sense. At trial, Kevin leaned into his youth, stating that he was young, innocent, and manipulated by Eric, who was in his early 20s. And in the other interrogation room, Ariana leans into the excuse of her age as well.
He was like, Zaria, whatever you do, don't have that man around my daughter. How you gonna take her from me and try to bring another man? She was like, well, I asked you to get her, blah, blah, blah. You didn't get her, she's sick, blah, blah. So, long story short, he basically told her he gonna talk to her. They pulled off. This was in the daytime all around. So now,
Three yesterday afternoon?
yeah.
Okay.
After that, everything was fine. He wasn't in like no bad mood, like to make it seem like, you know, he was on some get back stuff.
Mm-hmm. How about any other times that you've been with your brother in your car that you've run into her or seen her recently?
Recently, no.
Okay. It sounds like from talking to some other people there, she's been getting followed around quite a bit by your car. I don't know if you've been driving it or, okay, does your brother use your car quite a bit or, okay. All right.
Ariana likes to claim that she was only involved in the stalking of Zaria on one occasion, accidentally, but in reality, she was one of the people feeding her brother information about Zaria moving on with another man. In other words, she was one of the first gears to set this horrific incident into motion. And there were plenty of chances for not just her to stop it, but the other people involved, including Kevin.
so after Eric asked you to do this, what did you say?
I said no.
And how did he react?
He said no, and I told him I'm not gonna shoot somebody back of the head.
And what happened next?
He said, all right. And then he started trying to convince me more.
What did he say to try to convince you?
You gonna do this for me, this and that, I'll pay you this and that. And I would say no. And then I started going inside and staying inside more. But then he would come to my window and he would text me, come outside and this and that. And when I wouldn't listen, he'd come banging on my door telling me to come outside.
You mentioned before Eric said at one point he had 3 plane tickets to Arizona.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little more about that?
He said that we're gonna go over there and live with his cousins after we do it.
Okay. How did he just say that one time or multiple times?
He just said that one time.
Do you know where in Arizona his cousins live, or did he say?
You know. But while he was over there, he was FaceTiming us and showing us the palm trees, the pools, and how he was living over there. He said he's trying to bring us over there to get rich.
So this is a few weeks before when he was in Arizona.
Yeah.
He would FaceTime and talk to you.
Yes.
And he'd show you this stuff.
Yes.
Did he say how you were gonna get rich or how he was gonna get rich in Arizona?
No.
Now, on the night of the incident, you had Eric's gun for a period of time, is that right?
Yeah.
Alright, so keep going from there. You get in the car with Eric. What happens
We back
next?
up and we followed her, but she was driving fast, so he lost her. And then we got to about right there where the Willows is, and he was like, "Watch this, I know where to find it." So he went all the way around 63rd, and he got on a back street, and he saw her park in the car. He was like, "I told you I could find her." So he backed up and parked into a townhouse there, turned the lights off, and we were waiting for her, and then she started walking with the bag going towards the apartment.
So let's go back to what happened after John arrived with the backpack on. What happened next?
Eric pulled the building door open because it was locked, and we were standing at the door just listening. He was telling us to be quiet. He was like, "We're gonna kick the door down." But first he tried to open the door and unlock it. It didn't unlock. So he said, "We're gonna have to kick the door down." We was like, "All right." So we went upstairs and we changed into the black clothes that he told us to. My brother put the gloves on, but I didn't have a pair of gloves because they were on the bed still because we rushed out the house. So he was like, "Hold on, let's go back to the car." So we went to the car and he pulled out some shades from the middle compartment, and he was like, "Put these on so they don't see your face at all." We was like, "All right." He was like, "So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go. I want y'all to kick the door down." And he said, "If y'all see Romero, shoot him." And we were like, "Nah, we just gonna bring him outside." He was like, "No, shoot him. And if my baby mama tries anything, just shoot her in the leg." He was like, "I know she's gonna try and do something." So I took the shades. I was like, "You coming with us?" He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna leave the car on and turn the lights off. So when you guys run back over here, we're gonna just pull off and drive away." I was like, "All right." So we went to the apartment building. We opened it. The door was broken. So we just pulled it up and then it opened. And we were listening at the door. We knocked a few times, but no answer. So we both kicked the door at the same time backwards, and the door popped right open. So we stepped in. As soon as we stepped in, she came out of nowhere. It was like, "Whoa," I put the gun up. And she was like, "Don't point that at me." I was like, "All right." So I put it down. I was like, "We're not here for you. We're here for bro in the back." She was like, "Why are you guys doing this? Why are you guys doing this for E-Man?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She was like, "I already know who you guys are." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Bro in the back. I was like, "Can we get around you?" We're trying to get around her. But she was moving forward, not letting us get around. And the phone on the table rang. It was a black iPhone 8. And she answered it. And while she was on the phone, she was telling us, "Get out, get out, get out." It was like, "Hold on." So she moved forward more. I backed up. My brother got her right there. I was like, "If you don't move on my way, I'm going to start shooting at the walls." So she kept inching forward. So now, by the door, in between the closet, and then she pulled out a kitchen knife out of nowhere and charged at me. So then I just started shooting. I thought I shot like 3 times, but then she fell on me, and I laid her on the floor, and then my brother came around the corner, and he was like, "Blood, I'm shot. I'm shot." I'm like, "Where?" And I put his arm on my shoulder, and he's showing me his leg. And then we walked out the second door, not the door we came through, the other door. We went around the buildings. We went towards the car, and we got to this trash can place. And he was like, "Here, just leave me right here. Go tell him to load the car." And I was like, "No." So I picked him back up, and I put his arm around my shoulder, and then we went all the way to the car. And when we were getting to the car, he pulled forward and opened the door for him. He was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I just shot him. I just shot him." My brother was like, it's okay, he didn't mean to. And he was like, what happened? What happened? I was like, she charged me with a knife, so I had to shoot her. He was like, did you kill her? I was like, I don't know. He was like, how many times did you shoot? I was like, 3.
Zaria was not shot 3 times, and it wasn't the accidental panicked firing that Kevin is trying to claim. It was violent and planned, and it happened over and over and over again.
Okay. Just so you know, so Zaria is dead. She got shot 8 times.
No.
Once.
No.
Okay. So
Wait.
this wasn't just some accident.
Hold on.
So you thought she was okay, even though that girl told you?
Yes.
Okay. No, she's not. That's why everybody's here. This isn't just about a shoot.
No.
So that's why this is so serious and why everybody's here. Okay?
No. We just. No.
Yes. That's why everybody's here. That's why it's so serious 8 times. So that's why it was important for you and for me to talk to you and Tavion to get the true story as to what happened, okay? Because obviously we knew you guys weren't there, but we also knew that, you know, the story that we were getting told by people wasn't exactly true.
No. She's dead. No, she's not. Please.
I don't have any reason to lie to you. Well, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. From when we were talking, I thought your understanding was that you knew that from Taj telling you on the telephone.
No.
Okay. They didn't tell you that part, or they just said she got shot, or? Well, and I'll be honest with you, one of the shots she did get shot in the leg one time. So yeah. So that's why this is so serious, and that's why everybody is up here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I need to go talk to my boss and some other people to find out what the deal is with you and Tavion. Because like I said, I know you guys weren't there and weren't involved. The reason that you're up here right now is because of what happened after the fact, with you guys bringing John to the hospital and you know, lying about what happened with him and that kind of thing. Okay. So I'm going to go talk to my boss and some of the other guys and figure out what's going to go from here. And then, like I told Tavion, I'll stop in and I'll let you guys know, kind of give you an update as to what's going on. Okay? I know, and I know that's a lot, and I apologize. My assumption was that you already knew.
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
No.
Ariana seems shocked, but based on what Kevin has to say about the events of that night, she shouldn't be, because she knew what was going to happen all along. Although her brother's initial plan was to kill Zaria's boyfriend, and that's what Kevin and John were sent to do, he made it clear that if Zaria was also killed, that was okay. But Ariana? Well, she's happy to play dumb when it comes to that. Unfortunately for her, Kevin has nothing else to lose in his interrogation.
So we got to the apartment, the hotel, And I ran upstairs first with the bag, and I was banging on the door. And I was like, open the door, open the door. Then he came out of nowhere. He banged on the door to me, open the door. He was like, what happened? I was like, I shot my brother. It was like, you guys went to the door. I was like, yeah. She was like, I
Let
told
me
you.
stop you there. Who answered the door to the hotel? Ariana. And who else was in that hotel?
His mom and Timmy.
Okay. So, so you go up, knock on the door. Eric comes up behind you, starts knocking on the door. Ariana opens it, and it's to Ariana. You say, "I shot my brother."
Yeah.
Okay. What happened next?
Then I went inside, and she was like, you guys went to go dinner. I told you guys to take your time. And I was like, yeah, but it happened so fast. So I was checking the bag for everything because he said change clothes, back to the regular clothes. I was in and burn the clothes.
Let me stop you right there. So Ariana said to you, "I told you guys to take your time." What was she talking about?
She knew what was going to happen.
How did she know what was going to happen?
Eric was telling her.
Were you ever present in the room when Eric was talking about the plan when Ariana was also there?
No, but like when Eric asked Ariana for the car, before we first left the hotel, she was telling him, you guys aren't supposed to do it today. You guys are supposed to do like 2 days and plan it so it goes smooth.
She told you that?
She told Eric that.
She told Eric. How did you know she told Eric that?
I was in the car.
Okay.
Despite Ariana clearly being told that a murder was going to unfold in that apartment, she continues to play dumb.
Do you think there would have been any reason why maybe these guys would have been over at that house maybe to scare her new boyfriend and maybe that they weren't looking for her? Do you think that's a possibility, or what do you... I know it's a lot to think about right now, but...
I don't know
You don't know. Okay.
they would
Why they would do that.
have this issue
Okay.
with her.
Okay.
Now, if anything, it would be a boy.
Yeah.
Why is she?
Can I get you some Kleenex? Yeah. Okay. We're right back.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh no.
It's okay.
Talk to her.
Yeah.
I just seen her. She was blind. She was burned.
But in Kevin's interrogation, surprisingly, he's ready to face the music.
So that was out, and I don't know how they found out that Zaria's sister called Eric, and she's like, "You just kicked your baby mom out country," and everybody was calling his phone, his friends, so you just shot your baby mom and this and that. How could you? And he was telling them, I'm in 50, what's going on? Back to my baby mom. He's acting like he doesn't know. So he hung up and he pointed at me. He was like, "Here, don't go nowhere." And I was sitting there just sitting there. And then 5 o'clock, he left. Went to the hospital with Benny Martin trying to himself in at the police station, which is fine. Then I was calling, trying to see if my brother got out of the hospital because I called my mom, trying to tell her to go pick him up, but she wasn't answering. So then I woke up at like 7 o'clock and the fire alarm went off and we all went inside and we saw a police officer walking around. And his eyes got wide when he seen him. I didn't see no fire truck, but there was a fire out there, fire. So then they cleared it and I went back upstairs onto Swamp. 30 minutes later, there's 6 officers at the door.
And this is all at the hotel.
Yeah.
So you basically just stayed at the hotel in the room afterwards.
Yes.
And that's where you got arrested, was in the hotel?
Yes.
So the first thing it says here is that you've been charged with 2 different counts. Aiding and abetting murder in the 2nd degree with intent, and aiding and abetting without intent. Do you understand that that's what you've been charged with? Yes, sir.
The sentencing in this case isn't exactly what you'd expect. Ariana was sentenced to 41 months in prison for aiding and abetting. Initially, John Camara was sentenced to just 2 years in a juvenile correction facility, and for pulling the trigger. Kevin, whose legal name is Fede Camara, was sentenced to just 130 months in a juvenile correction facility. His legal team argued that he was coerced by Eric and that he felt he had no choice, which resulted in a light sentencing. However, Zaria's family fought back against this, devastated by the leniency of the sentencing. They successfully lobbied Tim Waltz, who intervened, resulting in Kevin being sentenced to 10 years in prison instead. Our thoughts are with Zaria, her daughter, and her family, who honored her legacy by fighting for her justice, and who still will continue to raise her name in the hopes of saving others from domestic violence. Thank you for tuning in. Nearly 85% of everyone watching isn't subscribed. Your subscription and support would mean the world to us, so we can keep bringing you more content just like this. Before you go, check out one of our craziest cases right here, or one of my newest ones right here.